Bitcoin was made for moments like this. It was created for moments like this. And in this video, we're absolutely going to look at the charts. My YouTube channel is a technical analysis YouTube channel, but it's here to act as a roadmap. And it has throughout years and years of extreme volatility, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. I'm not here to offer hopium. I'm here to offer data. And underlining this data is the fact that Bitcoin is created for moments like this. What is happening right now in this world? What is happening with USDC? Bitcoin was created, and it's so interesting to see how much of the industry falling into just the headlines of it, the short-term fear of it, and forgetting, I think, to highlight the very fact that this is what makes Bitcoin special. This is what makes Bitcoin stand apart. Now, we're very much going to dig into the charts. There's some really important things I want to show you, but obviously let's lay some context and hit that like button for me, hit that subscribe on your way in. This is obviously what has happened. I'm not going to get too deep into it. There are some content creators that are really going deep into this, explaining the details. Stablecoin USDC breaks dollar peg after revealing $3.3 billion Silicon Valley bank exposure. And this is the reflection of the failure of the fractional reserve system. This is a reflection of the failure of the traditional banking system. This is what it looks like. And it's spilling into crypto right now. It's spilling into crypto this weekend. And we're kind of feeling the pain of that. And it's a very fearful environment. It is. And I think, I'm pretty confident crypto is going to get through it. And when I sit here and do these videos, I'm not trying to offer hopium, but I think me personally, I've been through so much junk in my life that when I see a challenge, when I come into some type of hurdle, there's only two choices. You accept defeat, you give in, you get negative, you get pessimistic, you get fearful, or you're optimistic and you remember the zoomed out picture. You remember the big picture, what's going on here. And while there are no guarantees in crypto, it is extremely risky, I like to focus on the optimistic side of things. I like to focus on the fact that if you kind of zoom out on the fear headlines and the crazy fear Twitter spaces and YouTube videos, if you zoom out on it all, there's a bigger picture in play right now, and we should really focus on it. We really should, and the charts are going to give you such a nice glimpse of how strong things are right now in terms of Bitcoin itself. So, not to throw any hopium out there, I just want to provide this context to provide a bit of perspective. USDT and USDC have both broken peg in the past, especially in low liquidity circumstances. 2017, USDT traded as low as 91 cents and as high as $10. 2018, USDT hit 51 cents, took 3 weeks to restore a dollar peg. 2020, USDC hit 97 cents. And the list goes on. So I just want to provide that context. Again, not to put hopium out there or take away from the gravity of the situation that we're in right now. I really would like to see after this weekend, things kind of how they restore themselves, so to speak. This is Coinbase. We're temporarily pausing USDC, USD conversions over the weekend while banks are closed. So when banks are open on Monday, we plan to recommence conversions. Really curious to see how this week opens. It's going to be a volatile, emotional journey to track. But all the while, we go over to this chart. This is a weekly zoomed out. I want to just, right off the bat, everything going on right now, and if you've been watching my technical analysis videos as of lately, we've been tracking this pattern back here. We've currently hit the target perfectly to the downside, $19,000 to $20,000. And that is in the middle of this entire mess. Bitcoin, the event kind of triggered the downside, right? Not just yesterday's event, but this past week, even with Jerome Powell and his testimonies and stuff, kind of triggered the move to the downside, as we often see events triggering moves to downside. But look at the consolidation right at our target. Even now, with the USDC situation this weekend, Bitcoin, at the very least right now, consolidating, holding its own. This is a daily chart. So if you zoom in, there's a lot of sideways action right here, consolidation. That doesn't mean we won't see another leg down. We very well could, especially going into this new week. But remember, things like CPI data in a few days. There are things in play that could actually bring Bitcoin back up, especially if this situation starts resolving itself, right? So we need to keep that in mind. But of no surprise, during the volatility, Bitcoin just consolidating so wonderfully right now. Now, if we really want to get perspective on how strong Bitcoin is, and from a technical analysis perspective, I just want to show you something, because this is one of the main reasons I wanted to record this quick video. let's just look at 2000. I know there's a lot of mess, but this is 2013 high to the bear market low, 86% dip, right? All the technical indicators in play, moving averages crossing, Bitcoin falling below this yellow line, a macro 786, just a really nice formation of a bear cycle. Then we go to 2018 right here. You see 2017, 2018 bull market high, and then it falls in the bear market, 84% dip. All the things in play, 50-week moving average or 20-week moving average falling below the 20, below the 786 macro bear market low area, so similar to the previous bear market. And then we go and we look at this most previous bear market, all the same things in play, all the technical indicators, moving averages below the 786 line. But check this out. All the while that's happening, one of the worst bear markets, I would say. I mean, all of the things that have happened in terms of crypto, this bear market in the last year have been absolutely insane. And with all of that said, even as I do this video, USDC, 78%. So that kind of average of 85% dips in the previous two bear markets has still not even been hit. And so if you want to bring Bitcoin to the average, meaning if Bitcoin were to do a commonplace thing, meaning if this happened, and it would be not fun at all, and I'm not sitting here saying I think it's going to happen, but even if it happens and Bitcoin falls 85% to around $10,300 or so, it would be normal for Bitcoin as far as historical context and data is concerned. That would be normal. But we're not even there right now. Amidst everything that has happened in this bear market, Bitcoin has only been down 76, 77%. And currently, as this is happening, down 70%. And even still, from a technical analysis perspective, putting in a higher low. I want to say again, I'm not trying to sound overly positive. I'm just trying to bring into play some context to the situation, the longer term situation, because I genuinely think all of the things in the headlines that we're seeing right now, the USDC at the current moment, these things, just like all of the other fear headlines in past cycles and past years, they will be forgotten. People will sit at new all-time highs in the next bull market whenever it happens, and they will have forgotten about this time unless we zoom out on the charts and remind ourselves, wow, look what Bitcoin survived. Look what Bitcoin survived here and here, and here. All the Luna, the Celsius, all of these things happening. Look what Bitcoin survived when we remind ourselves. The same thing is true for previous bear markets. It's you zoom out on the moment and you really start to get perspective on Bitcoin and the trajectory that it's in. And again, I'm not trying to sound overly positive, everybody. And this is just the way that I see the charts. This is the way that I see crypto. I oftentimes have to zoom out myself because I get distracted with what is going on. It's not good. I'm not sitting here saying what's happening is good or that it's not even going to get worse. But what I am saying is I think it's important to remind ourselves of the data so that it can kind of help navigate us. And that's what I do. It helps as a visualization guide for me, a roadmap, as I like to call it, so that I can be prepared. I can make necessary decisions for my long-term plan. And that's what I'm here doing, tracking the data. But Bitcoin as a technology, as a blockchain, was created for what's happening, for what we see happening in the banking system, right? And it's playing out before our very eyes. But not only that, so very well illustrated from a technical analysis perspective. And I know a lot of people out there don't like technical analysis, but you can't even argue that it really is consistent across cycles. And here we are sitting between two halvings. And as we come out of this mess, whenever it is, I just think it's smart to be prepared for what might be next. And it might be bullish. It might not be so bearish. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below, everybody. I appreciate you. I hope you're having a good start to your weekend. And I really thank you for watching. Hit the subscribe for me if you're not a subscriber. Hit that like on the way out. I'll see you in the next one. God bless.